Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the MicFlayers podcast. My name is Martin O'Dwyer, and I'll be your host for today's video. And today's a really exciting day because today they released the trailer for the brand new D&D movie, D&D Honor Among Thieves. Now, both this and the Critical Role show, Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon, are two massive media properties for D&D and for bringing D&D into the mainstream. We've seen massive growths in the D&D player base from things like Critical Role and Stranger Things, which have really brought people into the hobby. Perfect example, I myself was brought into the hobby by Critical Role. I think Wizards and probably lots of other people who are just generally members of the D&D community are also hopeful that a similar course of action will happen with this particular movie. Now, I have watched the trailer already. I gave it a look this morning, but what we're going to do is I'm going to have a quick look at the trailer with you guys here recording, and I'm going to kind of give my thoughts on it as we go through. Initial impressions of the movie from those few pictures that they released of the tavern set that they have in San Diego Comic-Con this week. Honestly, I wasn't super happy. I was really worried. It looked like bad cosplay from the photos. But as we'll see when we get into this trailer, thankfully the trailer itself actually looks quite promising in my opinion. I'm quite excited to see what comes from it and what this D&D movie ends up being like. Okay, so let's jump in right into the trailer. Lots of really cool stuff already. It looked like Firebolt and Shield, maybe?
Here's the thing. We're a team of thieves. And when you do this,
Okay.
you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge.
That is a black dragon. That is 110% a black dragon. Yeah, look at the ground is like melting with his disintegrate. People are running through a black dragon's acid breath though. Yes, nice bit of Led Zeppelin.
We help the wrong person steal the wrong thing. We didn't mean to unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known.
Look like a lich maybe is the bad guy?
So how do we pull that off?
Okay.
Out over a drink?
How very D&D adventure.
There's a fighting chance. We're gonna need strength. You got this. Right?
Okay.
I know you don't.
In a shock to no one, Michelle Rodriguez is the barb.
Magic?
Okay. Tiefling? Tiefling druid. Okay. Owlbear wrecking the shop.
What is that again? It's an owl bear.
Yeah, it is. Very cool. Druids are awesome.
Be warned.
Dimension door?
There is evil here.
That's Green Flame Blade for sure.
Glad he's on our side.
Okay.
This one's dangerous.
Hugh Grant? Oh, the Mimic! I love the Mimic. They did such a good job on the Mimic. Jumping into a gelatinous cube to get away from a displacer beast. Very cool.
We'll be ready.
I saw in a Bob World Builder video about this. I think that is a red dragon from a specific adventure that I'm not super familiar with myself.
What is it exactly that you bring to this?
I'm a planner. I make plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No.
He also plays the lute.
Ah, bards. Bards will never get respect. Okay, so that was actually really good. I'm very excited with the whole thing here. Let's just jump back to a few bits here. This bit here, that looks a little small, maybe to be a fireball. Probably firebolt, maybe. And
When you do this,
yes, 1 second. I will scroll one back a little bit to get this. This is definitely some kind of dungeon. It looks like very cool, very classic D&D. All the narrow bridges over the pool of lava.
when you do this.
Right, hang on. There is. I want to get a quick look. Okay, so in my intro, I'm gonna go back a little bit here. I want to get a shot of this guy's
When you
armor.
do this, you're bound to make enemies.
Yes, okay. So in my intro, I mentioned that when I saw the original pics from the San Diego Comic-Con set that I was a bit worried, and one of the things that made me really worried was this armor. He seems to be the paladin of the group. Looks like some kind of a holy symbol here and maybe here. And he's wearing heavy armor, and he uses what looks like a smite later on in the trailer. I was really worried. It looked not good. I'm going to say it. It was like a very good Halloween costume, or maybe like your first go at LARPing. It was rough looking, but here in proper lighting with everything, it actually looks quite well. I'm much happier with it. I do quite like how everybody looks here. The tiefling horns look really good. Michelle Rodriguez, clearly the barbarian with that massive hammer on her back. Chris Pine, the bard, the lute, and we got Justice Smith there as well, who I believe is our sorcerer. Let's have a quick look through. Yes, so let me see here. The dragon. Yes. Oh, a little hard to get a decent shot of him. But it looks like they've actually done the full on, from the head shape here, you can see the two horns curling down. It looks like they've actually gone straight up with the exact classic like D&D version of the Black Dragon. They haven't just made their own kind of dragon design, which is cool. I very much appreciate the authenticity to the monster manual. Let's see what else we got here. This I'm guessing this is the MacGuffin. I have seen in some other videos this suggested that this may be a horn of Orcus. Not entirely sure myself. I'm guessing it's just as the MacGuffin to kind of kickstart the plot. Oh, it looks very, very interesting. This guy, like, I would put money on this guy being a lich.
We didn't mean to unleash
You can see some kind of skeletal features
the
here.
greatest evil.
Yes, this here you can see he's got kind of, he looks like he doesn't have eyeballs maybe, and he's got some kind of a very kind of skeletal face.
World has ever known.
Strong lich vibes here.
But we're gonna fix
That's a slow spell.
How do we pull that off?
I think I've said that 4 times in this one video.
Figure it out over a drink?
Probably best.
Okay.
I know you don't.
Yes, this is what I want to see. So, I don't think we see her rage in this, but Michelle Rodriguez is definitely a barbarian. She wrecks these guys. Oh, so good.
Courage.
Yes, that. I want to go back to that.
We also need courage.
That's a smite. I would put money on that being a smite. Absolutely. That's really cool. That looks like some kind of a like a sort of like the ballistic knife in old card games. I gotta get
We
them.
need courage.
Yes, and it seems to leave him with just a dagger, which is very, very cool.
Magic.
I don't know what magic item Justice Smith's sorcerer is wearing there. It looks, for like, I wanted to say the Helm of Brilliance, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't do that. Let's see here. Oh yes, this scene is great. So I cannot for the life of me remember her name, and I feel terrible about it. But she plays the female character in It Part 1, and it looks like she'll be our party's druid here. She's also in that that really fun Netflix show. I think it's called I'm Not Getting Over This, or I Won't Get Over This, or I'm Not Going to Accept, something like that. I should really look that up. But she is a great actress. I'm very, very excited to see what she brings to this. It seems like she's maybe kind of the younger one of the group, and she's kind of maybe on her first adventure or something similar. It's very, very kind of typical druid story, fish out of water on your first adventure. But the tiefling horns look good. I'm quite happy. I would have expected like maybe like, I guess they didn't want to go down the body paint route with like blue skin or green skin or purple skin like a tiefling can have. But yeah, looks good so far. I think we see a tail as well at some point during the trailer. And of course, here we go. Wild Shape just wrecking the gaff as an owlbear.
What is that again? It's an owlbear.
Indeed it is, Justice Smith, it is an owlbear. I've seen lots of people point out, and it's also the first thing I thought when I saw it. Can't technically turn into an owlbear, so maybe a new subclass, who knows? Let's see, there was one more thing that I wanted to have a look at here. Where are we? Yes, the Mimic. They've done such a good job with the Mimic here. I'm actually so happy. It looks gnarly. Look at all those teeth, the horrible like dripping saliva, the weird almost like alien-esque kind of secondary mouth thing. And I love it. It uses like just like how a mimic does, where it attaches itself to you to attack, and like you can't take your hand off unless you succeed in a strength check. So it like latches itself to the wall and pulls the rest of its body at. I mean, that's Michelle Rodriguez, I think. Yeah.
Ready.
Guy jumping at a giant dragon. Okay.
Is it exactly exactly that you bring to this?
I'm a planner. I make plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No,
He also plays the lute.
not relevant.
Yes, it's got a very, very strong, I would say, kind of Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy feel. I think I said it in my intro. It feels appropriate for a D&D movie, like very much D&D kind of widely swings between Lord of the Rings and Guardians of the Galaxy, at least in my experience with it. It tends to fluctuate between those two extremes, sometimes getting caught in the middle for a nice balance. But no, overall, very, very happy. It looks like they've put a lot of money into this, in the effects and stuff. You can see like no shortage of spells. That looks like, is he casting a spell on her weapon there maybe? We have the villain of the piece, Hugh Grant, who's we've been told is a rogue. Ooh, this looks really cool. This screams Underdark to me. This absolutely screams Underdark to me, and I'm very, very excited to see the Underdark represented on the big screen. There's also been a bit of a, I don't know if it's a rumor, I think it's been confirmed by during their panel in San Diego Comic-Con. The D&D party from the 1980s cartoon is going to show up as a rival adventuring party in this, which is just such a great throwback. I'm all here for it. This all seems to have been shot on location as well, like not on a volume or like green screen, which is really good. I'm very happy about it. The CG we do have in it looks quite good, like the divine energy channeling through the sword here. The owlbear looks phenomenal. Like, if this is the level of CG they're gonna have in the rest of the film, I'm actually very, very optimistic. Like, that transition back into her human form was slick. That is definitely Dimension Door. That is definitely Dimension Door, and we could see the tiefling tail there as well. It's cool. Yeah, that's. I can't tell if these guys are meant to be drow, maybe? Oh, I love it. Even in the gelatinous cube, you can see someone who got stuck in it and had been dissolved. Just Spacer Beast looks great. This mage teleporting about looks really, really good. The dragon. Hell yeah. That's a nat 20 if I've ever seen one coming. Okay, so yeah, it's looking promising. I like I said in the actual reaction to the trailer, when I saw those early shots of their characters and their costumes and stuff from earlier, I was worried. I was worried it was going to be another Warcraft, and like I'm not like shitting on Warcraft. I actually went and saw that. I thought it was fine. I thought it was a fine film. Not good, not great, but it was fine. There was fun parts. I enjoyed certain parts of it, particularly learning a little bit more about Warcraft lore. My big worry was that it was just going to be meh, just going to be kind of a 6 out of 10, and kind of just look a bit kind of generic and bad, like a kind of a sci-fi channel fantasy movie, if you get me. But it doesn't look like that. It looks like they've put the full weight of like Wizards and Hasbro's money behind this. They've got a really good cast. Hugh Grant will be a great villain. I'm absolutely positive. He's a great actor, and so I'm sure he can bring something good to this. The script seems pretty okay, at least from the bits of dialogue we've seen. Seems funny, seems entertaining. Combat, like, and the fight scenes look really, really good. Combat, like I'm DMing, but the fight scenes look pretty good. Like, which I feel is very much a necessity if you're going to have stuff like a barbarian and a paladin in your party, two classes who specialize in just wrecking shop. Yeah, no, pleasantly surprised, quite happy. Very much looking forward to seeing it in theaters when it does eventually come out and come to the cinema. That'll be it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you want, you can follow me on socials, on Twitter at So Sorry It's Over. You could follow the podcast itself on Twitter at MicFlayers Pod on Twitter. And yeah, keep playing D&D. Have a great night, folks. Bye bye.